Hey, okay, so first of all, I will be back to my usual schedule this weekend. There will be a silent film critique. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. I can't thank you enough. Um, the funeral was it, it was wonderful. Um, it was a bright sunny day, and then 2 days later we got downpours. So I'm thankful that it was bright and sunshiny for Grandma. So anyway, before I get off track here, what I want to talk about is these old desktop games. I got in a conversation with one of my friends and we were talking about uh the gaming, the desktop gaming that we that our generation went through. Mainly we were talking about SkiFree. And then I kind of fell down a rabbit hole of the old games that I used to play when I was, back in the early 90s. And so I want to talk about these games. And I thought it would be fun. I need a good laugh. So so we'll start with Ski Free. When I was looking it up, I had no clue that it had been re-released. I really didn't. It had been re-released in 2000 on Game Boy Color, and then again 2013 for iOS, which I'm not familiar with. I guess that's Apple, like an Apple device, and something I don't own. So, but but a little history on this before we really get into the actual gameplay and everything. It turns out that the creator, Chris Pira, and I'm sorry if I say his name incorrectly, he was a student at the University of Puget Sound, which is where, here in Washington State. He wrote a text-based game. I know I did a video on text-based gaming, which is basically role play. I mean, look at war games, that's what they were doing. Shall we play a game? As it turns out, long story short, as best I can do because I don't want to get too wordy. Uh, he did this text-based game called Ski, and in Fortran for the VAX VMS operating system, and it was inspired by Activision's Atari uh 2600 gaming game Skiing. And I know I just butchered that. And then basically it morphed into what we saw in 1991. So it went from texting to the colorful game that we saw in 1991. So in 1991, it became part of a entertainment pack, which was a three pack. And I will get to those. Yeah, in the 80s we had uh um educational games like Carmen Sandiego and Oregon Trail and those types, You've died of dysentery and a bad guy running around and all that stuff. And we enjoyed it. We played them. We're still playing them. I would, if they put Carmen Sandiego on Steam, and I don't mean the one from like 2013. I mean like the old-timey ones. Like the Wear in Time from 1992. I would so pick it up. Just saying. Oh my gosh. And they made a really cool TV show out of it. I mean, I watched it. I watched that show. That's the thing is that, and I know I'm going off track a little bit, but the TV series for Carmen Sandiego, where they had rockapella and everything. Now, I was in high school when that came out, and I was watching that. So, yeah, I was enjoying it. So, anyway, now the gameplay for Ski Free. getting back on track. Basically, the gamer has to go through a ski slope. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Uh, you use a keyboard or a mouse to control the skier across a white background representing the snow or mountainside. Yeah. The object of the game is to ski down an endless slope and avoid the obstacles like trees, stumps, and dogs. Now, here's a funny thing. I'm sure that others who have played this game have seen the same thing. Um, there are dead trees, and there's also trees with foliage. Uh, I think it's the trees, not the tall trees, but the smaller trees. When you jump over those, they catch on fire. I don't think it's the dead trees that catch on fire. I don't remember exactly. It's been so long since I played it. And then with the dogs, okay, now the dogs, they will sit and their little tails will wag. And then when they walk away, there's either poo or you have yellow snow. And there was one time I was watching my brother play and he couldn't move away fast enough and the dog had uh there was brown there and he couldn't move away fast enough and the skier tumbled down, yeah, and so you lose points when you do that. So there's three different modes, uh slalom, freestyle, and tree slalom. Now, and of course, when you collide with obstacles or fail to land properly after a stunt, you get deductions. When the player passes the 2,000-meter mark, that's when the abominable snowman appears. And of course, the abominable snowman is what has traumatized my generation. I haven't seen these new, the 2000 release or the 2013 release, so I don't know how different the game is. Because sometimes they tweak it a little bit. But I'm telling you right now, for that abominable snowman to come tearing in and just grab you and just eat you, like, what did I do? I won. Yeah, because you pass the finish mark and you expect, like confetti to go through and everything, and then all of a sudden this abominable snowman comes tearing in, and it's like, what kind of a game is this? Just a minute now. And we continued to play it. That's the funny part. That's the best part about it is that because and I don't know if anybody else tried that. I'm sure you guys did because my brother and I figured that we could outrun the abominable snowman. And one of us, I don't remember which one of us got a little bit, but not much. No, that guy, that abominable snowman was quick. He was quick as quick can be. Yeah. But now as for the entertainment pack, let's look at this because there's one, two, and three, and there's a lot of card games. Now, I had to look at this a couple times because there's golf. There's a card game known as golf. And I was like, well, wait a minute. I could have sworn that there was an actual like Microsoft Golf. And there is, it's called Fuji Golf. It was, I mean, I played it. If there was nothing else that really caught my interest, I don't think I played it very much. But I mean, it was, I'm sure if you looked at it now, be like, oh, this is where Mario Golf got. Mario Golf would be so much more fun. And but so yeah, there's a lot of these card games like Cruel and Golf, and we didn't have a lot of these. I remember Taipei, which is a mahjong, and I played that quite a bit. I liked the mahjong. And there was a Windows version of Tetris. And then once they had a screensaver program, oh, the screensaver program was it. And of course, you had there was like a space version and there was the fish tank. And at the school, every teacher had the fish tank. And if you had your um computer in class, all the kids would be staring. You knew the kids that weren't paying attention because they were looking at the fish, at these pixelated fish just yeah, all over the place. Seems like there was another one. Um, oh, let's see. What was and of course later on they had like the it wasn't so much a screensaver, but there was a real player that would have like this motion thing that would go as the music was playing. There was another program that did music program that did that and but yeah, let me see something real quick here. 'Cause- Idlewild, yeah. No, that's not what I want. Idlewild, because I know the fish tank. It started in 1990. Oh gosh, the dancing lines. Yes, I remember the dancing lines. And I'll of course have pictures to give you an idea of what they look like. And what were some of them? Oh, the bricks that would go up, and then the chomp. And yeah, the chomp one where somebody was chomping up the. But I also remember I mean, that fish tank was everything. That fish tank, the dancing lines, and oh, what did they have? Yeah, let's see. I'll put this in the description box for you so you can see some of them. The firework. Oh gosh, the fireworks. The Oriental rug. This is taking me back. The spider web. I had a middle school teacher who every Halloween, and I think I had a high school teacher too, that Halloween they had the spider web. Oh my gosh. The spotlights, yeah. And and the wipeout, yeah. Maybe the fish tank was later. Maybe it's not through Idlewild. Maybe this was like the early and then fish tank was because it's These are very, very pixelated, but I will put that in the description box for you so you can get an idea of the kind of screensavers that people don't use screensavers anymore, do they? No, because it's no, that's ancient technology. What are you talking about? Now, Free Cell was a card game. This is in pack two. Free Cell was a card game, and I remember at the dance studio, a lot of the moms were playing Free Cell, and my dance instructor, she was all excited. She's like, "Well, you do know that every game can be won. There is a way to play it." And so she was she was talking about how she would reset the game and try to win each game. So if she got stuck or if it turned out that she didn't win the game, she would reset it and not go to a new game. She would Oh gosh. So as soon as she found out that each game, it's possible to win each game, yeah, she did that. It's like, okay, I don't know why you're telling us this. Oh gosh. And there was a LucasArts game that was in this pack that was called Pipe Dream. It was also known as Pipe Mania. And let's see, let's look at it real quick. Because it first came out in 1989. And pretty much it's a puzzle game. Again, I'll put pictures up here of each one that I talk about. And I remember this one. And so you have like a plate, and I don't remember if this one was timed. Was it timed? Yeah, it says here. I don't know why I'm trying to explain it when it says here. The game is played on a grid of squares, which is one of which is marked as an entry point for the flow of green slime, and a column of five pipe sections is displayed. When the player clicks on an empty square, the bottommost piece of the dispenser is placed there, and a new piece drops from top. And yeah, so you're given these pieces, and you have to figure out which way to go around and try to work your way out. And that one was that one was enjoyable. Um, I didn't win it very much. I didn't know it was released by LucasArts. I had no clue. And but there's that one. And some of these I don't think we had. Let's see. Oh, Rodent's Revenge was a yes, I remember this one. Rodent's Revenge had was basically like let's see, the mouse must stay alive and trap all the cats using the movable blocks. Doing so changes the cats into cheese, which the mouse can eat for extra points. The player is given three lives before the game is over. But the thing is that the level when you're moving around, you have to stay away from mouse traps, and not easy. Yeah, the levels get increasingly harder, but the player is allowed to start playing at any level. Oh, I didn't know that. I don't think we did that. And they are timed. And sinkholes trap the mouse for a few seconds. Oh, that was the worst part because the cats do move around And I remember one time I got stuck and the cat got me. And or there was another time I got stuck and I was just about to trap the cat, but the clock ran out. And it's like, no. Yeah, I had totally forgotten about that one. Yeah, we did have that one. That one was a lot of fun. Um, yeah, that's yeah, Fuji Golf, another tile puzzle game. Tri Peaks was a solitaire game. It seems like with a lot of these solitaire, because I do remember the solitaire, the actual the actual solitaire. Okay, let's talk about the solitaire real quick. The classic solitaire had these and I'll put it here, the of course back of the cards and you had the you had ones that were like roses and that kind of thing, but there were others that would move. You had a robot that the plate would move back and forth and his eyes would move back and forth. You had a haunted castle that the bat's wings would move, and you had um, a beach scene, and and the sun would wear sunglasses and stick out his tongue, little things like that. So not all of them would move, but some of them would move and be silly. And so, and I always remember my mom had the roses back of the cards, and I always had the sun. And I remember one time I had the Haunted Mansion and she threw a fit. She hated that. She was like, "No, not the Haunted Mansion." And I was like, I couldn't understand why she didn't like the Haunted Mansion. What's wrong with the Haunted Mansion? And and then of course the chess, classic chess, and it was green and with the white and it had the outline on it and everything. And I'll put it here. And seems like and the thing about it is it would have the outline, the white would be outlined with black and the black would be outlined with white. And of course you had the the yellow board. This is how I'm remembering it anyway. It'll probably be different here. And it would be outlined with cream color. And and I just remember there was the one time that I won a game. It was almost like the computer was mad that it lost. It it was hard to win to to the computer and everything because, like with the solitaire, you got the bouncing uh um cards and everything, but with chess, it was it was like whatever. I was kind of expecting that, I guess, or some kind of celebration or something. So I was really upset. And now Chip's challenge. Let me tell you something. First of all, Chips Challenge you can find on Steam. I found it. I've been playing it, having a big old nostalgia trip. I know I played it here on the channel. Went about 10 uh uh no, I think I only went 9 levels. And but I've gone further and so much fun. So much fun. I still can't remember where I left off. I don't think I made it to the 100 level when I before everything changed in the early 2000s, before Y2K took over everything, ruined everything. But Chip's challenge, like this, I don't know what it is, but it's like the sound effects and everything, just the little ticks when he takes the chips and the little boink when he grabs something. Everything is just so nostalgic for me. I absolutely love Chip's challenge. It was one that I played so much. I absolutely loved the game. And and so, so when I found it on Steam, I was overjoyed. I happened to just kind of look to see if it was there. And when I saw it, I was like, "Oh yes." I looked for the others. I looked to see if SkiFree was there because I thought that would be funny, but no, it's not there. Of course, I haven't looked in a while, but oh my heavens. But and then of course we had pinball. I think it's this jazz ball. And no, that's a different. I had totally forgot about jazz ball. Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay, so jazz ball, yeah, is a video game originally published for Microsoft in 1992. Must capture parts of a rectangular space by dividing it with horizontal or vertical lines. While each line is being drawn, it must not be touched by the bouncing balls. It was originally an arcade game. Yes. Oh my gosh. This is, yes. So these little red and white balls will bounce back and forth, and you're trying to split this um this gray background. And as you work, and the thing is that with each level, it will add more balls. So you start out with two, and then it'll add like four. And I think I won a couple times. I don't think I won very much, but my brother was a whiz at it. Because he would sit there and he would just kind of click, click, click. He got he would sit there and figure out the rhythm of it and just I wasn't as patient. Oh gosh. But yeah. Oh, I had totally forgotten about Jezball. Okay, let's see what some of these are. Because I know that there's more. Yeah, they have a lot of the solitaire card games and everything. But I know that I mean, like we had Microsoft Paint. Now, I remember there being like already, like pictures that you could color in. I remember a few of those. And I don't know if, because it seems like we updated the program and then they were gone. So I don't know. And paint is like kind of an afterthought now. I mean, I have it on my computer, but it's not what I remember, it doesn't have like the little paint pots on the bottom and everything. Oh, it's not what I want. And I think we talked about Minesweep, but if we didn't, the thing about Minesweep is, of course, you have the grid, and you have to figure out, you have to um, sweep the board and not touch the mines. Okay, my generation has figured out you get the biggest board. The first one you touch is usually it'll wipe out the board, and then you get the little smiley face with the sunglasses on. That's the way to do it. Is it cheating? Not really, because they put it there. It's like very rarely do you click on that big board and it's a mine. I've had it happen maybe twice. And I do I've done it a lot. So but anyway, in closing, yeah, I mean we started off with Ski Free and that Idlewild. Yeah, I'll have that in the description. Yeah, I don't think the ones that I was talking about was from Idlewild. I mean, if they were, I'm telling you, when I was in high school, there were a lot of teachers that had that uh, screensaver with the fish. Um, later in high school they had the fish, but I mean, there were still ones that were using the spider web. Not even kidding. They were using some of these were still in use in the late 2000s. Very, very pixelated everything. So I will have that in the description box for you if you want a nostalgia trip or you want to see what we were up to in the those dancing line. Yeah, the dancing lines were about as popular as the fish. So, and yeah, we had a lot of card games on there, and the pipe one. Yeah, I didn't know that was LucasArts. I had no clue that that was a LucasArts game. Of course, I wasn't really paying attention when I was younger, and I mean, like, I knew that Indiana Jones was LucasArts, but that was about it. A lot of these others I didn't. But anyway, I'll have that information in the description box for you, and I will close up here.